And welcome back to another edition of Classic Doom Walkthroughs. Today we continue with Forward Towards Uranus X. This is Map 23, Crash Site. The game's powered by GZDoom using the Doom 2 Hell on Earth platform. As always, we're playing on the Ultra-Violence difficulty setting in order to get 100% in all three of these categories. There are 412 kills to be had. We need to find 4 secrets, pick up 101 items. Well, speaking of picking up, we're going to go ahead and grab that chain gun and kind of run around the room, collecting ammo as we go. That's really how we're going to do it. It's efficient. It allows us to keep firing. There's also a couple of shotgunners, so now we have the shotgun. We can take care of the, or at least I prefer to take care of the pinkies with the regular shotgun, personally. And we have another. And that zombie-man there. I think I did pretty well with that final shot. Got a lot of zombies to fall. So a lot of these doors, I mean, I think the red one might open, but they may not. Anyway, I don't recall, but we don't have the keys to the yellow door for sure. And our real goal is to make map progression and get some weapons. So those areas are heavily populated with enemies. We don't want to quite do that. What we do want to do is there is a caco directly in front of this crate. And we do, like that, want the caco to infight with the imp, just because we have other enemies here to play with, such as these two gunners. And then switching to our chain gun. See, unfortunately, the caco is a little bit dense. It doesn't understand it has to go over the railing. And I don't want to block it either. Good grief, caco. Get with the program. Oh, brother. Alright, so we've taken care of the gunners to our left. Not sure who's going to win or lose with the cacos here, but time is money, so why don't we keep moving? Lots of enemies in this room. Nothing too serious except for the chain gunner to our left. And just be mindful of the lost souls. There are a few of them, but there are also 2 gunners around the corner here. So yeah, we do get a lot of chain gun ammo, but just be mindful. There. Pick up all these armor bonuses. And these closets, they each have the ammo that was left behind by the gunners that we took care of from the outside. Let's go ahead and grab those packs of ammo. And then maybe the chain gun is probably still a good idea. We picked up more ammo. There's a chain gunner and a revenant around the corner here to the left. There we go. Maybe open up on the Revenant. And that's that. More armor bonuses here. And an imp. And that's pretty well that. There are some imps outside, but there's also a chain gunner. So we need to be careful. Also not sure where that caco went. I'm pretty sure it wasn't taken down by the imps, but I mean, I've seen weirder things happen. No, it's right there. Okay. Well, we do have some lost souls. Stay out of the way of the caco fire. I assume is coming shortly, and take care of that gunner. And here comes the caco. It's definitely injured, so why don't we just put it out of its misery? And that's that. So, once we pass this green garage door, I guess, enemies are going to pop out of there, including chain gunners, Mancubus, whole bunch of fun. But around the corner down there, there's a shotgunner and a Hell Knight. We do want them to join the party. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get them to join the party, and we do want some infighting. Right? I mean, you can see this is working out quite nicely. Some enemies do slip through. We're trying to save our ammo, certainly at this early stage. Yeah, that worked out pretty well. We'll just make sure there's no one else inside. No? Okay, so grab the reasonable plethora of ammo and some health if you need it. There's another pack of shotgun shells here. We can always get that later, I suppose. I'm doing okay. And some health. Head inside. There are pinkies and specters inside. So we do need to be mindful of that. Here comes the other one. And then around the corner this way, we have imps and a shotgunner, but also a revenant. So don't race out too quickly, I suppose. There are rockets here. We will be getting the rocket launcher soon. So do pick up these rockets. They will come in handy. Well, that's a pretty resilient Revenant. They will come in handy pretty quick. Another Spectre here in the dark. I know it's a little hard to see sometimes, but that's what it is. Grab the armor bonuses and any ammo. And don't race too far out because there are a good gaggle of enemies around the corner to the left. So we will poke around. And just slowly pick off the enemies ourselves. And that's it. We can pick up the ammo that remains. We don't have the yellow key. There's the yellow key there. I should explain, as soon as we grab the yellow key, that wall will open up. There will be two teleporters. Hell Knights are going to come in. Chain Gunners are going to come in. Revenants are going to come in. So it's pretty busy. And we're not going to be able to escape other than to like up to here, I suppose. But it blocks off here, to be honest. So you don't really have anywhere to run. We have to take a stand down here. And use these posts to effect, because until all the enemies kind of teleport in, if you have your back to the teleporters, obviously that's not going to work out well for you. So it's a dangerous area. So let's go ahead. You'll sort of see there's a whole bunch of health bonuses around the perimeter here on this side. So let's go ahead and grab them all. But there's also secret to tag. So if you need health now or later, go in through the vines, tag the secret. There's a health pack inside. That's all that's there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to grab the yellow key, fall back down to the right, and hopefully avoid mass death on our part. So let's go ahead. And the more infighting, the better, but we just sometimes don't know. Yeah, lots of enemies, lots of infighting. There's a chain gunner. I mean, it's pretty busy, and there's still enemies teleporting in. So I'm still not really in a position to head over to the other side. Well, maybe now. I did get that chain gunner before he got the beat on me. I think the chain gunner was the last enemy to teleport in. So that worked out pretty well. We can collect the ammo. See, this is the chain gunner's chain gun that we were able to take care of. And now armed with the yellow key, we can go up here. Open this up, and that'll allow us to traverse the bridge, and we're good to go. Now, the next area is a bit tricky. In front of us are some rockets after the stim packs, and a rocket launcher, and that's good. There's going to be more enemies, of course, beyond. Enemies around the corner and to the right will be some Mancubi and others, but around the corner and to the left and above will be a Hell Knight, and just basically a bunch of Pinkies and Imps. As they spot you, they teleport into roughly where the third stim pack is, and it kind of corners you in here. So my strategy is I try to race up the hill to the left once we get out of the cave. And hopefully a lot of the enemies will teleport here, and we'll be just having to fight off some imps and some pinkies for our whole point upstairs. Make sense? Well, I hope so, because here we go. Let's make a run for it. All right. We'll kind of bully our way through before the Revenant's rockets come and the Mancubus gets too angry. So are we going to get more infighting? I think so. Yeah, you can see the chain gunners down there are being taken care of by the Mancubus. Oop. That rocket by the Revenant definitely had my name on it. And so now... Ooh, that was close. Yeah, we have to balance getting the Revenant, and of course getting the heck out of dodge. All right, there's some stim packs back here. It looks to me like, I mean, one Mancubus isn't so bad. It's just that when there's a whole gaggle, it's hard to really dodge because then the fireballs are everywhere. Now it seems to me that the enemies out here came out to play for the most part, but we're just going to go through it all and make sure. There's lots of ammo here, but it looks like they're all through and all done. Now we can go through here with our yellow key, but we're not, because we're going to approach the enemies through this yellow door. It's just strategically more sound. We're going to go through here. There is a pain elemental down below. We're going to wake it up, as well as the gunners. We do want to get rid of that pain elemental. We're hoping the shotgunner will help out. Looks like it did. All right, so we have plenty of ammo here. Let's go ahead and continue with our chain gun. Oh, another lost soul. There's a secret here, but we're okay with ammo. We don't need to go down quite yet. Lots of gunners. I think there might be some more gunners. So now they're over there. And there should be a chain gunner to the left. Yeah, there we are. All right, so that's how we clear everybody out. It's kind of like a rough and tumble way. Lots of ammo down here. It's okay, we can get back up. And the reason I've jumped down here is to purposely show you the next secret. We don't need it, as strictly speaking, but let's use our pistol, shoot that switch, tag the secret, and it has all these wonderful health packs, which we don't need right now, but of course they will be there later, I suppose, if we need them. This is map progression. Lots and lots of enemies in there. We're not going to go in there yet. We're going to go get the plasma rifle first, back in an area where we closer to the start area. But we're going to hit the switch. It's basically going to reveal a green armor here, I guess, but also an archvile who, if we're smart, we're lucky, we're not going to allow to get out of the room. Oh, that was just really bad timing. Okay, well, boo to me. All right, so now let's get the heck out of here. This takes us back to the starting area. And now this area has opened up with Cacos and a Revenant, and we do need to get the party started. Hoping the Revenant will fire off at least at one of the Cacos. There we go. We do want the enemy softened up because we are about to enter an area that has a kind of a crazy amount of enemies in a trap, and we're going to be springing that trap as soon as we get past these enemies. So, are we forgetting about the Revenant? Maybe I hit the Cacos too much. Alright, I guess we'll use the crates for some cover. Lots and lots of rockets. Boy, the Revenant has forgotten all about the Caco awfully quickly. Bit of a jilted lover, I guess. Alright, I think that should do it. And that's finally that. Okay, so let's head down now. We're going to switch to our super shotgun, and now we're going to go down this way. As you can see, it needed a yellow key to get into that area. And basically straight ahead, once we clear out that area, we'll be closer to the exit. So we're not really ready. That's why I'm doing the map in the order that I'm doing it. Might as well collect some of the weaponry here. Let's go ahead and get that secret I promised. Now down, it's very, very dark, but if you push your way in here, there's a little switch. Opens up this door, take the teleporter. Yeah, and that supercharge that we saw in this nice little waterfall room is now available to us. Let's go ahead and hit the other switch to get out. And now here's the part where it could be a bit disappointing. It sometimes happens in the final room, and it sometimes happens in this room, and often in both. I've checked out the words of the map creator for this particular map in Doomworld, and they say they've done their best to fix the problem, but they have not been successful with respect to enemies not fully teleporting out of their closets into these traps and ambushes. So I've yet to have a run where they've all come out, to be honest with you, and that's just the flaw in the design that they can't fix, and it is what it is. But I'm going to do my best to make sure as many of them come out as possible. I do want the most dangerous enemy in here is going to be an archvile, and I do want the archvile to come out. So now we have the super shotgun. Sorry, we took out the super shotgun. We have our plasma rifle. I'm going to fire, just hoping that'll get more enemies to come out. Right? I don't know if I'm being superstitious, but I'm just hoping. Now, why didn't the Baron be offended by the Mancubus there? I'm not really sure. So my goal here is to basically hold off the Horde. And I do hear some more enemies teleporting in, and that's good. And I want as many to teleport in as possible. There's the archvile. Right, that's good, right? Because we do want as many kills as possible to the actual 100%, do we not? Come on, Archvile, you gotta fall. Alright. We can use our plasma, we can use our rockets. We had quite a few for the fight with the Mancubus. But we didn't really use any rockets in that fight, so I kept them for this fight. And now we have really a lot of enemies here. So we'll allow some infighting and some... not to me! Well, I guess that's not really infighting, is it? If they successfully get one through the door? I don't know, there were so many enemies standing in the way there. How did the fireball manage to make its way through the door will forever remain a mystery. Oop, get out of here, Revenant. Oop. Oh, jeez, okay, well. Getting caught up on the wall of the stairs, less fantastic. Okay. But at least the Archvile is gone, because now at least it's not an endless supply of enemies, and I don't have an endless supply of ammo. And neither will you. So we are hoping now that this should be it very soon. There should be another Baron. Yeah, there's a Baron there, so let's... Oh, I don't have that weapon. Let's use the plasma rifle. And that's that. It doesn't sound like there's a lot of trouble still remaining. There's some. There's also more ammo here. There's more plasma here around each corner in the room. There are a whole bunch of rockets. Anyway, we'll get to all that in a second. I don't want to lose track of the enemies. But if you need them, certainly go ahead and grab. Okay. So now let's go ahead and just pick up all the ammo that's been neatly left for us. Sounds to me, anyway, that there were 2 Arachnotrons, and we had at least an Archvile and a whole bunch of Hell Knights and stuff. I'm hoping they all teleported in, but they probably didn't, and we're just going to have to accept whatever at the end it is, but we're hoping so. The final melee, too, is often short, as well as teleporting. And like I said, the creator of the map has basically said they've done the best they can, so we'll just have to do. So we're going to hit this switch now. That's going to lower that lift, and it's going to reveal some enemies that we're going to want to rocket. Or super shotgun, or both. We can make our way up. Chain gun. We just want to run upstairs, to be honest with you. Shotgun at this point. Try to get out of the way. And now back to the chain gun. There are basically zombie men up here. There's an Arachnotron to our left as we run by. We're going to take care of the Arachnotron now. This is the final area, by the way, but we're not triggering the final fight. But we will perhaps whittle down the enemies a little. If it doesn't kill us first. Okay. So what we do now, the enemies tend to stay down there. We're not going to press that switch, but we are going to go to the other areas that we avoided with the yellow key and the red key, or the red door anyway, because by going through this way, we get the jump on all the enemies, which is a lot more exciting, I think. So let's go ahead. As you can see, pretty well everyone's back to us, and we're going to go ahead, take care of the gunners and the imps. There are a few. So we'll head down this way. As you can see, we're getting the jump on everyone. We'll head back that way shortly. This will take us back to where we had that Archvile in the closet, where we just pressed the switch. There was green armor there. Yeah, that's where we're going to end up. But we have to fight our way backwards to it. It's just a preferred way, because there's just so many enemies here, like an unseemly amount, including through that grate. Yeah, now it looks like we got everybody. We're going to switch to the shotgun here, the super shotgun, because there is a Hell Knight. Oop, I did hear the... There you are. Just make sure there's nothing this way. Okay, perfect. Back to the chain gun. Looks like all the enemies were taken care of this way. We'll just continue moving on. There's an imp here. Zombie men here. Just in case you're trying to figure out where we are. Yeah, this is that room where those health pack secrets were. Make our way over to the left, and then we're going to fall down and fire off against these gunners. There's quite a few of them. Chain gunner up on that stairway, chain gunner that way. We'll go ahead and collect the ammo. And there is another supercharge, but as soon as we grab it, there will be a whole bunch of enemies in there. The chain gun will prove more than adequate for this task. We got a lot of ammo for it. Let's go ahead and use it, and then we can switch to the super shotgun for the pinkies and the Spectre and the chain gunner. And of course, we have a whole bunch of armor bonuses here. So pick up the bone. And now this, again, for context, this is where we are. We're back to this area. So that's why I've chosen to go this way, right? And as far as everywhere else, right, this is where we were there. And this door, this took us outside, right, to where all the Mancubi were. I'm just trying to give you the dime tour, I guess, so you keep your orientation as far as where everything was. I didn't forget anything from the starting gate. Just want to show you how we went about it. There are enemies in here, so let's go ahead and work this closet through. There's not a ton to do in here, but we're going to make our way through it. Ah, yeah, the chain gunners. Oops, almost forgot about that one. There are chain gunners above us to the left and the right. Right there. That's one. And that's two. And now we're just about done. Now, when we came down here originally, we could have gone left or right. This is the right area. We came down from here, and we went right. So this is where we pop out of. We could have continued the other way without giving you the dime tour, but this shows you where everything is. I don't think there are any other compartments that I've missed. I think I've fairly disposed of everyone, but there's a secret left, and we're going to go get it now. Just want to make sure here. I don't think there are any more. No. There's a secret here we're going to get, and then we're going to get to the final area. So let's go ahead. Just want to make sure there are no enemies here. No, okay. It's best to be safe than sorry. And up. And we'll do that secret, and we're going to tag it. It's the partial invisibility. There we are. Wiggle your way around, and then let's get the heck out of here. Make our way up and then up. We're going to press the switch, and we get the party started. Now we have the BFG, so that's good. Let's go ahead and fire off a blast just to get everybody excitable. As you can see, there is a lot of unpleasantness going on down there. We want to wake up the Archviles too, because we do want them to be dead. We have some rockets. Go ahead and use some of those for the enemies that come up here. And there's the Archvile. So let's see what we can do. If you need more, there are some closets down there with a lot of plasma, so I just access those so you can see. Try to take advantage. Yeah, you do want to soften everybody up a bit, and we are hoping for infighting for the Archviles to kind of get lost, and as well as the Lost Souls, of course. We do want them gone. So, you can hear there's a lot of ugliness going on down here. I don't think the Archvile is still there, which would be stupendous if true. Because then I mean, not that it's fun taking on the what do you call it? The cyber demons. Yeah, you don't want to stick around too long. Like I said, all those closets down there have all the plasma in them, so help yourselves. All right. Actually, let's lure them over to one side. Yeah, that's a lot of shuffling. So, I mean, they certainly did a lot of damage to others, but I'm not convinced they did a ton of damage. Or received a ton of damage, I should say. Oop, that was a little close. There is a a Megasphere there. So feel free to grab it anytime you feel that your health is taking a turn for the worst. Okay, so long to you. So long to you, and there's still a couple down there. So let's go down and finish off, we hope, anyway, the Cyber Demons. Still standing. All right, well, let's head down. Not sure if that did anything at all. They seem unusually healthy. Not happy about that. And there's a lot of areas to get splash, unfortunately, so we have to be careful. There we go. All right. So now everybody is gone. Hopefully everybody is teleported in. As you know, the creator of the map says that that's been an ongoing problem with this particular map, and there's only so much we can do about it. So, but we are done. That's basically it. We have just one enemy left, and that is just the shotgunner that remains inside the exit. But we will do our final count before... No, we're still missing 9. You see, this is the frustrating part, or my math is bad, 11. Let me show you. Let me just make sure they're not anywhere other than in closets, because I'm going to unfortunately have to go get them. Let's see. I don't see any anywhere. Not sure why my... Well, see, this is the sucky part. What we have to do now is we have to go hunt down those enemies and get rid of them. With ID clip, which I despise doing. Alright, let's go ahead. I think the closets are all over here somewhere. Ugh, extremely annoying. Alright, see what I mean? They're just sitting there and it doesn't serve any purpose. The whole thing is just kind of dumb. To like shoot them in a closet, you know what I mean? Alright, let's go ahead. Revenant. See, it's even on conveyor, which is pretty fancy, but... Ah, brother. It's not very sporting, I gotta be honest. I mean, they can still get me, I guess, but... I mean, heading out to a closet just seems counterintuitive, you know what I mean? Any more? There's still one, but where the heck is it? Is there another closet somewhere? Oh no, there is a... one of them did teleport in just now to the to that arena where we got the plasma rifle. Oh, brother. So, I guess I gotta head back there. This is the only thing that... That's what it is when you have... It's not... I wouldn't say it's beta, because they did... do their best to make sure that the map was all, you know, all the bugs were kicked out of it. That's fine. But, you know, this is just kind of hard to deal with. All right, so now, luckily, I guess, this Arachnotron is teleported in. We can recollect our goodies if you want. But otherwise, that's it. Yeah, we just got to head back to the exit. So kind of anticlimactic in a way, because the enemies get stuck in the closets and they don't want to come out. Which is never fun, but it is just the problem that the map maker has, and he says he's unable to solve, or she, I'm not really sure. They have been unable to solve, so as a result, this is what it is. So now we got to head up. Trying to remember which way. I think it is this way. And to the... Here we are. And then up. So, yeah. I mean, a bit of a bummer. But what are you going to do? We'll do our final count. Let's see. Yes, indeed. I guess all 456 kills, all 4 secrets, and all 101 items. Yeah, well, you know what that means. We're done. So, I mean, you know, Yes, those enemies locked in the closets are a bit of a bummer, but this is otherwise a fun map. There's lots to do. It's pretty challenging. Hopefully in further versions of this WAD, they'll be able to fix the closet problem. It's never fun, Heidi, clipping your way out to the closets just to get rid of the enemies, but if they won't come out, they won't come out, and there's nothing you can do. Hopefully you did enjoy the walkthrough. If you did, yeah, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. You won't miss any further videos that I upload. For now, that's it for Classic Doom Walkthroughs. Thanks for joining us today. See you next time.